Hi guys, I was on the car boot 2 weeks ago now, and there was a chap I met who I bought some tools off, and he was a reseller, and he goes into schools and warehouses and clears unwanted machinery mostly, and some smalls. So I met up with him in Stockport and I had a look round his sort of warehouse, and I had a look and I picked some smalls out, and I just thought I'd show you what I purchased. So the first thing I purchased, which was this small, very hardwood brass level, really nice, and it's probably my favourite purchase possibly, and that was £5. So I thought I couldn't say no at that. I thought I'll have a bit of that for £5. I'll have a bit of that, and I don't know if you can quite see in the light, it does actually work quite well. So a brass level, that was the first thing I purchased. And then the next things I found was these spanners, and he wanted 200 quid for the box, but I have quite a lot of snap-on spanners. The actual chrome is actually coming. I think this is like a cheaper brand, snap-on Eurotool, but I have just picked out 3 sizes, so I negotiated £10 per spanner, which I thought was fair for the bigger sizes. So rather than buying the whole box, I bought all of the bigger sizes I didn't have. So it was a 32mm snap-on spanner, and it was £10 each. And there was a 27mm snap-on spanner as well. So, but I think Eurotools is slightly cheaper. I don't think it's like Blue Point or something, but it's a slightly cheaper spanner. But they're in good condition, apart from every single one seems to have a couple of chips out of the actual chrome plating, but for my needs they're just fine. So 3 spanners, and that was £30 each, £30 for the 3. The next thing is I found a bucket with some tools in it, and I paid £10 for 4 tools. The first one is this set of wrenches, and they're quite thin, sort of, I imagine they are in inches. They're not metric, SAE, but I thought it was quite fun, and the way they hold together with a little screw I thought was really quite cute. So I picked them out. They need a good trip in the evaporust and a bit of a wire wheel, but that was good. So that was the first thing for £10. The next thing, which I really like, is a Rasp, and it says here England, a Rasp, but look at that handle. I've never seen a little brass ferrule, and quite a beautiful ebony looking handle, and the Rasp looks really quite in good condition. So I threw that in. I thought that was quite nice, and quite an attractive Rasp. And the next thing I bought was this little hammer, but the reason why I picked it out, it's quite tight at the head, but it's got a bulbous handle, and I just love the feel of bulbous handle hammers. I'm a bit addicted to them, so anyone I see at reasonable money I buy, because the feel of them, they're just really tactile. So I bought that hammer, and I bought another hammer which is a small ball peen. Let's have a look on the thingy. It says a W White House, a little ball peen hammer, and I thought I'll throw that in because I don't have a ball peen that small. So that was £10 for the 4, so £2.50 or about $3 each, which I thought was quite good. The next thing was another foot I purchased. I found this on a shelf. I don't know where he's got this from, and it's a brass infill plane in rather worse for wear shape. Really could do with a polish, but the actual infill part, the brass part, obviously is not rusted. But the handle and stuff really could do with refinishing, with a brass knurled thumb screw, and so I thought that was quite nice, and that was £35, so about $40. But it all in brass. Usually these are quite commonly in steel, but to be all in brass, and it's a heavy weight, probably scraps at £5. So that was the next thing I purchased, a brass infill plane, very early, and I thought that was a goer. And then the next thing I purchased was 4 items for £10, which were I mean, Nash would love these. Footprint, made in England, wrenches, and I think that's the original knurled thumb screw. These are quite often missing, so I don't buy them if they're missing because they're not worth the bother. But these ones, they don't look in too bad shape. Just could do with a wire wheel. So I'll picture one of so there was two of those. I think this one's a later model because it's got a chunkier mouth on it, but also Footprint brand with the Footprint knurled screw, the original one. So there was two of those. Make some room. And then the next thing I purchased, which I found, was this American made rigid E110 wrench, and these are fantastic for getting on bolts. And I've already got one of these, which is in my tool bag, so I thought I'll have a go at that. And I think I paid about £35. But look at that, Rigid Tool Company, US of A. I think that's Ohio or Utah or somewhere. So I thought that was a bit of fun. I'll have that. And the last thing I bought, and I thought this originally was Footprint brand as well, was this large adjustable wrench. Works really smooth, but it's not actually Footprint. It looks very similar. What does it say there? Abbott & Co. So that was 4 for £10. So it's 4 wrenches for £10, 4 items for £10. The snap-on spanners were £10 each, £5, and this was £35. And then the next 2 items was in a toolbox, and this is a very, very, very small adjustable T-square for engineering, and I thought that was fantastic. And I love miniature tools, so if I ever see a miniature tool, I always buy it. So that is a very small, probably 2-inch T-square. It doesn't have a maker's name, but it must be quite a good one because it's beautiful. So that was in the toolbox. And there's one other tool I picked out of the toolbox, is this Moore and Wright Sheffield miniature, probably another 2-inch metal clamp. So that was those 2 items, and the next item was part of the same box. So this was the other item. It's this little tool chest, and that was £30. And I think it's a Nielsen made in the UK, and it's missing the pull-out door, but I wouldn't use that because I don't work in a workshop, so I'm not worried about people stealing my tools. And it's quite nice. I've put some tools in it already. Quite nice little tools there. And I think I've got plumb bobs in that one at the minute. I've had it a couple of weeks, so I've got some bits in it. What's in here? Oh, some other miniature tools. So yeah, so it was a nice little toolbox. And that was, so I spent £120. I don't know if you think it's a good deal or not, let me know. I also want to show you, on the car boot this week, I also purchased a big toolbox full of drill bits. So I put all the drill bits inside here. I took them out of the packaging and put them all in here. And then I used the actual box for storing pens and glue, etc. So I was quite pleased with that. So that's coming to use as well. So I was happy with that. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you what I purchased on the car boot today. Well, I met a chap on the car boot and what I purchased off him. So he's a nice guy, and I bought him for 120. So I don't know if that's dear or cheap or whatever. You can let me know in your comments. So if you like these sort of videos, feel free to let me know, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos, and leave a comment. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.